Hi guys, Jenna here. I am going to show you today how to use your SEINT 3D foundation palette with the blend brush. You haven't really seen me use this brush a whole lot, but it's actually one of my very favorite brushes. It's perfect for summertime, for super light application, or if you just prefer that type of application in general, just very light. It gives you like the prettiest airbrush, like flawless finish to your skin. I've been using it all summer long. So I'm gonna show you exactly how to use it to do your entire face of makeup. If you recently ordered some makeup from me, you should be getting another video that'll show you exactly how to set up your palette, what all the colors mean. I know it's a little bit confusing. It's very different than traditional makeup, but you are gonna be a pro in no time. This stuff is like the best makeup ever. You're gonna love it. So stay tuned and I'll show you how to use this little handy dandy blend brush. Okay, so one rule of thumb with SEINT brushes, you'll see that they're all double-ended. All of them are, okay? So the basic rule of thumb for all of the brushes, one side normally will be kind of bigger than others, not just this blend brush, but the small side is gonna be for more detailed areas, and then the big side is gonna be for more like widespread areas. And detailed areas meaning like around your eyes, your nose, your lips, even like your cheekbone, jawline area, and then the bigger side, excuse me, for more like widespread areas and blending. So let's get to it. The first thing you're gonna do, I always recommend, especially when you're first starting out, applying your contour first, which is most likely going to be the darkest shade that you see in your palette. And it's more cool tone. So you can see the difference between my contour right here and my bronzer. My bronzer is more of like a warm shade, and my contour is more of like a cool, has like more of a cool undertone. So you should get in your email, it'll tell you exactly what shades are what. Like your contour, if you did get a bronzer, like the names of the shades, and they're all on the backs of your tins. So your tins come in this cute little package here, and the back of it will have the name, so you'll know exactly which one it is. But the contour just kind of sets up a roadmap on your face for where the other colors are gonna be going or meant to go. So that's normally why I recommend starting with your contour. Once you kind of get past all of that, you honestly can do this however you want. Whatever way works the best. You can apply it with your fingers and blend it. It's the world is your oyster when it comes to this makeup. So with the blend brush, I recommend using the small side to apply your contour. So you're just gonna start kind of dabbing back and forth. And one thing to remember is that your contour is gonna be a little bit different consistency, excuse me, than your highlight shade. So your highlight shades are a little bit creamier. They're meant to like flow just like butter on your face. I know that sounds kind of weird, but and then your contour is meant to really kind of stay in place. So you might have to put a little bit more pressure when picking up your contour on your brush versus the lighter shade. So I'm gonna just pick up some of that on the small end, and I'm just gonna start applying this very messily. I'm not trying to be, you know, very precise about this, but the first place I like to put this is right across my forehead. So I kind of just get this all up into my hairline, and kind of like a rainbow from temple to temple on the face. Once you get that in place, you can always switch to that fluffy side of the brush to blend it out if you like, whichever you would prefer. Okay, and then I'm gonna pick up a little more. I'm gonna carve out my cheekbones. Okay, and then I kind of do like a little, almost like a wide C up into my temple area. Just like that. All right, so we carved out our cheekbones. I don't ever put it in the hollow, actually that like, when you go like that, like the hollow of the cheek, I put it right above it. So right, if you push up, you can feel the bottom of that cheekbone there. Okay, and then I like to do my jawline. So I just start kind of right where it dips in right there. And I just go over that little jowl area. I definitely need some help right now because I'm approaching 30 weeks pregnant and my face is showing it for sure. So got lots of jowl going on right now. So I just go from like one side to the other, just like that. Okay, and then I'll do the bottom part of my lip and the upper part of my lip. Okay, and it'll look a little mustachy for a minute, but you have to trust the process. Okay, and then I do 2 lines down, not the very sides of my nose, but I kind of stick to the upper part of my nose. And then I like to take that up into that little curved area on the inside from like the bridge of your nose to the eyebrow, just like this. Now this is the part where all the newbies get a little scared because they're like, what the heck did I get myself into? But you have to trust the process. We're gonna blend it all out and it's gonna look fabulous, I promise. Okay, so we have our contour everywhere that we need it. You can blend it out here. You can wait to blend it out. I'm gonna just go in order and blend things out. So you're gonna flip to the big end of your brush and just very gently start to, like my brush is like barely even touching my face. I don't know if you can see that very well on the video, but I'm just sort of with my cheekbones, I'm blending up and out. I'm never gonna blend down because that'll pull our face down. We want to bring those cheekbones up and out. So I'm just very gently kind of bringing my brush back and forth, and the brush is going to do all of the work for you, okay? And then I'm just going to blend out my nose contour, a little bit around my lips, definitely my jawline. You can kind of bring your jawline back and in, just like that. Super simple, but the fluffy end of this brush is great for blending. That's why it's called the blend brush. Okay, so we'll get that blended out for the most part. If there's still a little bit of blending that needs to happen, it's not a big deal because you can just literally blend as you go. Okay, next thing I like to do is go into my main highlight shade. This is gonna be sort of the middle shade. It's the one that most closely matches your skin tone. My video cut me off, but the next step was our main highlight shade. So this is the shade that most closely matches your skin tone. I'm gonna use the fluffy end of the brush. And as you can see, I've already kind of applied it on this side, but look how like flawless this side of my face looks. It's just sort of evened out any redness, any patchiness, any unevenness. It's just like magic, it's crazy. But I just took my brush and I'm just very gently pouncing it. I'm not putting a whole lot of pressure onto that fluffy end of that brush at all. Okay, and then I just barely touch my face with it, and I'm gonna fill in everywhere else that I did not put that contour. Okay, so just very gently under my contour line, my chin, my mustache area, the sides of my nose. When you need to pick up a little more, just dab it like a couple times, not a whole lot. You don't need a lot of product, especially with these creams because they're so pigmented. It's wild. You like need the tiniest little product and it'll give you the coverage you need, but still making your skin look like skin. That's the beauty of it. Okay, I'm gonna pick up a little bit more here, do under my contour and above my brows on my forehead, and look how everything's coming together. So cool. Love it. My husband is vacuuming. So helpful when you're trying to make a video. Okay, so next thing we're gonna apply our highlight shade. This is the very lightest shade and it is gonna go around your eyes to brighten. And I'm just barely dabbing in to that, maybe 2-3 times with a very gentle pressure. I'm gonna put it on the inner and outer corners of my eyes. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna control the amount of product that you're putting there, which is what we want, because the less product you have, the less product there is to settle into any kind of fine lines and wrinkles on your face. So I just put that right on the inner and outer corner. I just kind of like very gently stipple and pounce that product in there, okay? And look how much that just brightened up my face, okay? And then I'll put any excess down the center of my face, and I'll take my pinky and I just do a tiny little line and a dot right in the middle of my contour, and then I can take my finger and just pounce over that to blend it out. All right, so I recorded an entire video and then Instagram was stupid and didn't record it. So what I did was I applied my bronzer. I just picked up a tiny little bit on the big end of that brush and I just put it, we're just gonna be really glowy today because I already have bronzer on my face. We're just gonna put more so y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I put this under my contour on my forehead, into the temple, and then above my cheekbone, on my cheekbone, above the contour on my cheekbone. And see how that just gave my skin like a really pretty glowy warmth to it. And then I like to go on my neck just to bring everything together. And bronzer is sheer, so it doesn't have any coverage like your main 3 foundation shades are gonna have. So it just brings that pretty warmth to your skin. If you don't have Bella bronzer, you need to have it. It's like the best stuff ever and it does wonders for the face. Next thing we're going to do, I cannot even talk, is we're gonna apply our lip and cheek color. I'm gonna use the fluffy end of that same brush, pick up just a little bit, and then I am gonna start in the middle of my cheekbone area up by my temple, and I just kind of bring it downward. I try not to go too close to the apple of my cheek because the apple of the cheek blush is going to create a round effect. If you go in more of like a linear diagonal line up into the temple area, that is going to create more of a lifted effect. Okay, so look how that brought some pretty color to my skin. I'm going to put that same color on my lips. Okay, and you can keep multiple lip and cheek colors in here so you have more than one option, but it's super versatile. You can even use this as like a pretty just and very quick eyeshadow color just to bring some color to your eyes. All right, next thing I recommend doing is setting your makeup using your Vanilla Dust setting powder, just using the fluffy end of that brush. If you're really, really dry, you can probably skip this step. If you're oily, I definitely wouldn't skip this step, especially for us Texans in the summertime. It's like 1,000,000,000 degrees outside. But just keep in mind, if you're starting out with this, it could take your skin some time to adjust because this makeup is really like anything else. And if you're not used to using creams, your skin, it'll take some time to adjust because it's so moisturizing. If you're super oily, you can skip moisturizing in the morning before you put your makeup on. But definitely do it at night because you want your skin to get the moisture that it needs in order to repair and reset itself. But your skin will adjust to this. You just have to give it some time. Okay, so I'm gonna go into my cream illuminator. I'm using Pearl and I'm just gonna apply that to the high points of my cheekbone. And this is like my favorite step because it just gives like the really prettiest glow to your skin, that extra dewy finish. I like to go right on the tip of my nose there, my Cupid's bow. I just kind of fan it out and look how pretty that looks. All right, so that is how you are going to use the blend brush to do your entire face of makeup with your 3D foundation palette. So if you have questions about anything, please feel free. Don't hesitate to reach out and ask. I want to know if something is not working or if it's working great. I would love to be able to help you, so don't hesitate to reach out and ask questions. You can email me, text me, call me, message me. There's 550 ways that you can get a hold of me to let me know that you need some help. If you recently just ordered a palette from me, I will be reaching out to you to just see how things are going, making sure our colors are correct, everything. So, but yeah, thanks for watching. I hope to hear from you soon, and everybody have a great day. Bye.